Happy birthday, Mr. Adult Man.
Oh, Mom.
This week in Hollywood on set, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are a pair of elf siblings who go on a magic quest to resurrect their father in Pixar's Onward.
It's a pretty great concept that has so much heart.
Dad?
There's no top part! And that's exactly what Pixar does so well.
Come, dear brother, our destiny awaits.
Okay, I'm coming.
I see you've brought sustenance for our adventure.
No, it's garbage for the trash can, and you left the lid off. Oh, shoot! Get out of here! Shoot! Get Ugh, unicorns.
How's your article coming?
To be honest, I was a little distracted. I kept running back in my mind how you might respond to me asking you for a drink.
Then, Lakeith Stanfield and Issa Rae are a pair of star-crossed lovers brought together by a single picture in the romantic drama, The Photograph.
I think The Photograph, when the trailer came out, the buzz was so insane because you saw that people miss seeing all these beautiful chocolate faces on screen.
My maid, I wish I had put as much courage into love as I put in my work.
I don't want to lose you because I'm afraid to love you.
You don't have to be afraid.
Curious how this all works.
What if your fantasy involves a person from your life?
Holograms. Later, a cheerful 70s TV show is given a sinister reboot as 4 people aim to survive on Blumhouse's Fantasy Island.
We created something that's new. So whether you know it or not, you don't need to have that familiarity with the title to be able to enjoy what it is that we've created.
We weren't brought here to have our own fantasies.
I want it, I got it, I want it.
We were brought here to be a part of something else.
I got it, I want it, I got it.
I'm your friend. I've always wanted to hear you say that.
Action! Action! Action!
In times of old, the world was full of wonder and magic. But times change.
Morning!
Morning!
Hey, get back to work! Hey, Mom.
Mighty warrior!
Morning, Mom.
Hey, birthday boy.
By the laws of yore, I must dub thee a man today. Kneel before me.
That's okay.
I have a gift from your dad.
In Onward, an elf turns 16 and is granted permission to use his father's magic wand to return him for just one day.
The film Onward is a tale of 2 brothers trying to finally meet their father. I'm gonna meet Dad? They perform this spell, which will hopefully bring their dad back.
Hang on!
What was Dad like?
His beard was scratchy, he had a goofy laugh.
I wish I'd met him.
I have something for you. He just said to give you this when you were both over 16.
No way! It's a wizard staff. Dad was a wizard!
What? Your dad was an accountant.
This spell brings him back. For one whole day, Dad will be back.
What? Back like back to life? That's not possible.
It is with this.
I'm gonna meet Dad?
Tom Holland stars as the voice of Ian Lightfoot and was excited to be working with his Marvel co-star, Chris Pratt.
The best part of the job was the fact that I got to do it with my buddy Chris.
For any spell to work, you have to speak from your heart's fire.
Olaf Delavar!
Heart's fire!
When Chris got the role, he called Tom and said, "I'm your brother."
This is so fun, Tom.
It is fun.
Whoa, feet!
It's getting harder to hold!
Ah, he's just legs! I definitely remember Dad having a top part.
Oh, what did I do? Hi.
Chris Pratt wanted to lend his voice to the character of Barley Lightfoot because he's a big fan of Pixar.
It's a pretty great concept that has so much heart.
Dad?
There's no top part! And that's exactly what Pixar does so well. Come, dear brother! Our destiny awaits!
Okay, I'm coming.
I see you've brought sustenance for our adventure!
No, it's garbage for the trash can, and you left the lid off! Oh, shoot! Get out of here! Shoot, get Ugh, unicorns.
We only have 24 hours to bring the rest of him back.
Until then, ta-da!
Oh, that's great! Dad, you look just like I remember.
You got a problem, Shane?
Family is important.
I'm looking for my sons. Oh, they went on a quest. But don't worry, I told them about the map, I told them about the gym, I told them about the curse. I forgot to tell them about the curse! The what?
If it's adventure you seek, you've come to the right tavern.
Oh, no.
Writer-director Dan Scanlon got to use his own life story to inspire the events of the movie.
At Pixar, we're really encouraged to tell personal stories. My father passed away when I was a year old, so when you're making a personal story, you get to delve into something that's real and encouraging for other people.
You can do this. I believe in you. We've only got 24 hours to bring back the rest of Dad. We're going on a quest. All quests start with the Manticore, the fearless adventurer.
You mean Corey? She's over there.
Quick, somebody help me. These Griffin nuggets were supposed to go out minutes ago.
That's the Manticore?
You guys are in trouble big time.
Get in the vehicle. I'm escorting you home. I'm giving you to the count of 3.
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I love these two whippersnappers, and as the mother of 2 teenage boys, I have that in common with Laurel because that's been the joy of my life. Now take out the trash.
We might be out of gas.
But it says we have a full tank.
No, that doesn't work. Growth spell. We grow the can, and then the gas inside will grow with it. Elbows up.
I'm trying to focus here.
It worked! The can is huge! And the van is huge! And you're... Oh no.
I wrote this spell so I could see for myself who my boys grew up to be.
This spell brings him back.
Back like back to life?
He wanted to meet you more than anything.
Holy toot of Zadar! How did you...
I don't know! It just started!
Hang on!
Dad?
There's no top part. Dad, you are in your house. Oh, boy.
This definitely pulls at the heartstrings.
I just want to meet you.
That's why I love Pixar movies. You always walk away feeling like you've been a part of something real.
I'm looking for my sons. Oh, they went on a quest. But don't worry, I told them about the map, I told them about the gym, I told them about the curse. I forgot to tell them about the curse!
The what?
Your boys are in grave danger! Hold on! How do your boys do in a crisis?
Oh no! We're dead, we're dead, we're dead!
Not great.
It's moving because it's rooted in real relationships.
And that's the fun of making one of these movies is at some point it's the story of all the people who helped make it. And then it becomes the story of all the people who watch it.
I can't do it. We're not gonna see you, Dad.
You can do this. I believe in you. My gut knows where to go, don't you, boy? Yes, you do.
I am on my way, boys. Just stay out of trouble.
Hey, I'm Michael Block from The Republic. I'm doing a story about your mom.
How's your article coming?
To be honest, I was a little distracted, so I kept...
Up next, when a famous photographer dies suddenly, a journalist is dispatched to cover the story, but he soon becomes part of it in The Photograph.
Seeing it for the first time made me feel like I was just wrapped in a blanket of everything that I've been longing to see for such a long time. I said the opposite of everything that I wanted to say.
I wish I didn't leave people behind so often.
I let her leave 30 years later, still trying to figure that out.
My May, my daughter. I put my love into photographs, pictures, took space in my heart instead of people. This was supposed to be a date.
It is a date. I love you.
In the photograph, we follow a series of intertwining love stories as they move from the past to the present.
It's about a woman who is learning how to love through the mistakes and experiences of her mother.
I just don't understand why she couldn't tell me about her life while she was alive.
Maybe she thought it would help you look at her in another way.
I was heavily influenced by loving basketball. That's why I started writing. You know, Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long, they were role models growing up. And I think romance movies kind of went away in general.
It's a universal love story, and it just happens to be told through this specific lens.
Come on now, already?
Already what?
You know what I'm talking about, man. Already? You like already trying to date somebody again?
Ain't my fault. I meet people where I work. And she's interesting, you know?
Ah, so she's interesting.
Yeah. She's got a lot to unpack. Her mom just died.
So you're attracted to her because her mama died? Look,
no.
Get that beside the point. Turn around, let me talk to you. Won't you do me a favor, okay? Take some time to yourself, okay? Figure out what you really want to do instead of jumping into something again.
Lakeith Stanfield stars as Michael Block and was attracted to the project because of the message behind the lines.
The idea of discovery, you know, discovery of one's path in life and discovery of the way in which love affects us differently.
Lakeith is phenomenal. I mean, I learned so much from just watching him. He's so fearless.
He's that actor that's so amazing because you never know what to expect or how he's gonna play something.
I'm wondering if it's not too early in the night to kiss you.
It wasn't too early.
Oh, I see.
Issa Rae stars as May and was glad to be part of a return to traditional romances on the big screen.
I'm happy to be a part of, you know, one of the few movies depicting Black love, because I just feel like that's gonna inspire another generation of people like me.
Issa and I had worked together on her show, and I'd gotten to know her, and you know, I just loved working with her so much that I thought, you know, wow, like this would be such an unexpected role for her.
She's sweet and funny and smart, and I'm quite inspired by her journey and her ambition in the business.
Y'all came in that storm.
That storm is crazy.
Look, what'd y'all do when the power went out today? Okay, well, next
What
topic.
is all those sounds about?
You know, she did the little sip and smile thing, like.
Leave her alone.
No, we all grown. Look, if y'all did it, y'all did it. It ain't a big deal. People do it all the time. This is the best do it weather.
Writer-director Stella McGee was fascinated by the idea that our parents are people we never really knew.
You can look through these photos and see them as they were, you know, like before my mom had me as like a young woman. And, you know, there's something about looking at a photo of my mom at that age from that time where you realize there's this whole person you don't know. I don't know that woman.
I absolutely loved working with Stella. Beyond the standpoint of how inspirational it is to just see a Black woman behind the camera and directing me, she was just such an actor's director, which I think can be really hard to find in film and television.
I'm terrible at first date. I just don't know whether to be vulnerable, aloof, funny.
Why don't you just be yourself?
What?
I'm wondering if it's not too early in the night to kiss you.
It wasn't too early.
Oh, I see. I imagine that, you know, somewhere down the line you'll find some piece of a relationship that you've been in before that mirrors some of the things you see here.
We just got to start writing more of these movies. You know, I think we went away from just promoting and writing real Black love stories.
He's in love. It's written all over your face. You look so sappy, it's embarrassing.
Wanna believe what you say.
Why you got your head down like you pray?
Because I might need to.
What would you pray for?
My patience.
Willpower.
Seeing it for the first time made me feel like I was just wrapped in a blanket of everything that I've been longing to see for such a long time.
There's a little something for everybody in this movie, and I think that's what makes it so special. That fact that you can bring your mother because of the mother-daughter relationship, or two guys can go because it captures the essence and the friendship of brotherhood so well. And of course, it's a movie for you and your boo too.
And also, this is a new group too, right? This ain't the same group you've seen in all the Black love stories. You know, it's not, there's only so many times Morris Chestnut can be 32.
I said the opposite of everything that I wanted to say.
I wish I didn't leave people behind so often.
I let her leave 30 years later, still trying to figure that out.
What would you have done differently?
I would have gone after her.
I think the Photograph, when the trailer came out, the buzz was so insane because you saw that people miss seeing all these beautiful chocolate faces on screen.
When I was able to see the final cut of the film, I was like, wow, that's my movie. You know, and not just like because I was Will Packer, the producer, but like as, you know, as a man who like loves the idea of love, I was like, that says what I feel.
My May, I wish I had put as much courage into love as I put in my work.
I don't want to lose you because I'm afraid to love you.
You don't have to be afraid.
Congratulations to each of you on winning the contest, and welcome to Fantasy Island.
Up next, be careful what you wish for as 4 people find out the hard way when they dare to enter Blumhouse's Fantasy Island.
We created something that's new. So whether you know it or not, you don't need to have that familiarity with the title to be able to enjoy what it is that we've created.
How the island does what it does is a mystery. They brought her back to life.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully. The most popular girl in school was my tormentor.
Congratulations to each of you on winning the contest, and welcome to Fantasy Island.
So, what's your fantasy?
The island tailors each fantasy specifically to the guest. Your life is about to change forever. I hope you're ready.
In Blumhouse's Fantasy Island, 4 strangers are thrown together on a desert island where they have signed up to fulfill their fantasies.
Fantasy Island is a place where you can go and your deepest desire will be realized, often with unintended consequences in a way that could potentially cost you your life.
Fantasy Island is a place that you are able to physically go to where your dreams can become a reality. You get 1 wish, and the only rule is that once you make your wish or tell your wish, you have to follow your fantasy through to the end.
There is an elevator. In the elevator, you press the button to the floor with no name. Behind those doors, there's a life.
this little small sort of propeller plane, and it lands in this beautiful place, and they all think, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened, not knowing that the things that they're going to be wishing for are going to dig up something much deeper.
The movie begins with 4 guests arriving on the island, and they each have unique fantasies.
And it all sort of seems on the up and up, kind of. But from go, you sort of realize that there's something a little dark about this man and something almost sinister about what he might be playing at.
Over the course of the movie, we do reveal who Mr. O'Rourke is, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of people.
It's here. This weekend, you will be our guests.
Here, anything and everything is possible.
No service. It's not everything is possible.
Writer-director Jeff Wadlow wanted the cast to be truly international to sell the universal themes.
I really wanted a diverse international cast because I want as many people as possible to connect to this film. This film has got a really universal message, and that is that when you get your heart's desire, it doesn't always play out the way you'd expect.
Good evening. I'm Mr. O'Rourke. Let me officially welcome you to Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island! I'm curious how this all works.
What if your fantasy involves a person from your life?
Holograms, like Tupac.
What if it's somebody who died?
Tupac.
Maggie Q stars as Elena and loved the fact that the director was also the writer of the script.
But what's nice about being on a set with a director like this is that Jeff never didn't understand where my questions were coming from or anyone's questions are coming from, and he never didn't have an answer.
She shows up on the island not really sure what she wants from her fantasy. She's got a lot of regret. She is hoping maybe for a do-over, and ultimately she realizes that the do-over is very real with very real consequences, and she begins to regret the moment she actually chose to do over.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully.
Your life is about to change.
Got it. I want it. Got it.
I hope you're ready.
Director Jeff Wadlow had such a great experience shooting the movie, he'd actually do it all over again.
If I had a fantasy and I got to go to Fantasy Island, it would probably be to make this movie, because making this movie was a dream come true. This cast was fantastic. The crew was just top notch. We got to shoot in Fiji, which is just so beautiful. And I'm really proud of the final product and the work it represents.
Well, Jeff is he's different because he's a content creator and he's a director. So that's not a combo you find much. It's very special.
That is a really good hologram.
There is only one fantasy per guest. And you must see your fantasy through.
It brought her back to life.
No matter what.
The island is twisting our fantasies.
We were brought here to be a part of something else.
Once a fantasy begins, you must see it through.
How is this possible?
It was a Blumhouse movie, and it had to have a scary element to it. There's a supernatural element, there's a thrilling element, blah, blah, blah. So we have all of those things, and those things are all very entertaining. So I think you'd go into a movie like this expecting to be just flat out entertained, but I think you really are gonna feel things for these people. And I think that there isn't one character that you're not going to be able to relate to.
The island's twisting what we asked for.
This is the perfect movie for everyone because everyone has fantasies, right? Everyone has some sort of wish, some sort of desire they would like to see realized.
We created something that's new. So whether you know it or not, you don't need to have that familiarity with the title to be able to enjoy what it is that we've created.
Oh my God, that's really her. Rourke, this is not what I meant.
What the hell is this place?
People die here.
Everyone's going to enjoy watching these characters get their fantasies, but then see the island twist it in some really clever and unique way so that our guests ultimately learn a lesson about themselves if they survive the trip.
How the island does what it does is a mystery. It brought her back to life.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully. The most popular girl in school was my tormentor. Let's have some fun. Oh my God, that's really her. This is not what I meant.
It's scary, there's a lot of action, it's funny, it's really emotional, surprisingly emotional. I think people are just gonna have a really, really good time.
We weren't brought here to have our own fantasies.
I want it, I got it. I want it.
We were brought here to be a part of something else.
I got it. I want it, I got it. I'm your friend. I've always wanted to hear you say that.
Yeah.